In this tutorial, we will learn about file management in C language. So first, let us understand what is the meaning of file. The definition of file is a container in computer storage devices which is used for storing data. Now, for example, if you have written any C program and you want to save the contents of that C program, then you can save it in a file. Why we need files are: when a program is terminated, the entire data is lost. Storing that contents in a file will preserve your data even if the program terminates. For example, if you have written a C program to perform addition of two numbers. Now, if you don't save that program in a file, next time again you have to write the entire program on your own. So that will cause wastage of time. But if we can save the contents in a file, you can again reuse it whenever you need. And that is why files are important. So if you have large amount of number of data, it will take lot of time to enter them all. However, if you have a file containing all of the data, you can easily access the contents of the file using few commands in C language. So this is the main advantage of file, that whatever thing you need to use again, you can save it in a file. And third thing why we need file is we can easily transfer the data from one computer to another without any changes. For example, if you want to move file contents from one computer to another, you can use any storage devices like pen drive or hard disk, and you can easily transfer the contents. Next, let us learn about types of file. So when dealing with system files, there are primarily two types of files you should know about. First one is text files and second one is binary files. So let us understand each one of them. Coming to text files are the normal .txt files. So these files can be easily created using text editors such as Notepad. In every system, we have an application such as Notepad or Microsoft Word through which you can create those text files. Text files are usually written in plain text. Either in English language, you write some content and you can save the contents easily. Third thing is they take minimum effort to maintain the text files and they are easily readable because humans easily understand plain text. But the main disadvantage is they take more storage and provide less security features. So that you need to remember. Coming to second type of files, they are binary files. So binary files are usually stored with extension .bin in our computer. And binary files consist of streams of zeros and ones. So as we know, binary data is in the form of zeros and ones. So it is stored in that format instead of plain text. So text files which we learned were stored in plain text, but binary files are stored in zeros and ones. So whenever compiler generates the binary file, those are also .bin files only. The main advantage of binary files is they can handle high amount of data, but they are not readable easily because humans cannot easily understand binary language. But main advantage is they provide better security features and they consume less storage. Next, let us understand what are the basic operations you can perform with files. So there are four important operations you can perform on files, either text file or binary file. First is creating a new file. Second one is opening an existing file. Third operation is closing a file. And fourth operation is you can read from an existing file or you can write information into a file. So these are the four important operations you can perform on a file, and C language provides us some functions for performing all these operations. So all the file related functions are available inside the header file stdio.h. So the header file which we include in the beginning every time, it has file related functions also. So let us go through some important file functions. The most important function is fopen. So it is used to open an existing file or create a new file. Second important function is fprintf. So it is used to write characters into an existing file. So like in C language, we use printf to display anything onto the screen. Similarly, here we have fprintf, means file related printf function. Similarly, fscanf. So if you want to read characters from a file, you can use fscanf function. And last one is fclose. It is used to close the file. So these are very four important functions. Let us look at other functions which are available in C language. So this is a complete consolidated functions list. So fopen is used to open or new existing file. Printf is used to write data into the file. Fscanf to read data from the file. Next we have fputc. So C here stands for character. So if you want to write character by character instead of entire words all together, you can also write character by character, and you can read also character by character. So there you need to just add this word C here in function. And to close the file, we use close function. Then fseek is one function where you can set a particular location from where you want to read. And if you want to write an integer and read an integer, we have fputw and getw. And ftell actually tells us where is the present location in your file. And rewind actually sets us to the beginning of the file. So these are important file related function. You can take a screenshot of this for remembering. And these are the different modes of file operation. So whenever you open a file, you can either perform read operation, write operation, or append operation. So let us understand each one of them in great depth. So whenever opening a file, it will ask you one argument. So if you write there R, it will open the text file in read mode only. That means you can just read the content, but you cannot do any modification. But if you want to do any modification to the file, you need to open the file in W mode, that is write mode. So whenever you open file in the W mode, you can modify the contents, and whatever new content you will write, it will erase the old content. Third mode is append mode. So you need to add the mode as A. In append mode, what it will do is previous content also will be preserved and new content will be added after the old content. So both the content will be there. But in write mode, old content is removed and new content is added. But in append mode, the new content is added after the old content. So both the contents will be there. And if you want to perform both read and write simultaneously, you can write R plus or W plus or A plus also. So all these operations were for text file. Similarly, if you want to do these operations for binary files, just you need to add the word RB. So it means read for binary mode. Okay, write mode for binary file. Append AB means append mode for a binary file. And so if you want to do both read and write mode, so R plus will be there, but just add B word. B here signifies binary files operation, and all the top one signifies text file operations. So this also you can take a screenshot. In exam, if they ask you what are the different modes of file operation, you can explain this table. So this also very important. Now let us understand fopen function, which is very important. So opening a file is performed using fopen function, which is defined in the header file stdio.h header file. Let us see the syntax of fopen. So whenever you want to use file open function, fopen function, it always requires a pointer to the file location. So always you need to write this word file, and you need to declare a variable, some ptr, which is prefixed with star. So here star actually means ptr is a pointer to the file address. So whichever address is there, that will be stored in this ptr. And whenever you want to open any file, you need to open it like this. It requires two things. fopen requires two arguments. First argument, it requires a path where that file is stored or you want to create. Second argument, it requires in which mode you want to open. So just now what we saw, like read mode, write mode, or append mode, those kind of things. So let us look at few example. For example, I want to open a file in read mode. So how will I write it is fopen, then give the location where that file is stored. So in C drive, inside a C program folder, there is a file called code.txt and I want to open it in read mode. So this is how you need to call the fopen function. First give the location of the file and next give the mode in which you want to open. Let us look at one more example. So if I want to open same file in write mode, where I can write new information into that file code.txt, then C drive, C program folder code.txt, then open it in write mode. And let us look at last example, where if you want to work with a binary file, then you need to write wb, because if you remember from that table, B word is added for all the binary files. And one more difference is binary files are stored with .bin extension. So C program folder code.bin. Here we will have the binary file. So this is an important function fopen. So if they ask about fopen, you can explain the syntax and give few examples. So hopefully you understood basics of file systems. Thanks for watching this video.